Are we on? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Microphone check. Lights. Camera.
This is Swanky. This is lifestyle. This is culture. Welcome to the social center of everything culture. Culture Daily.
A new banger from Stone Boy featuring Wyclef. I think I was in that clip. If you look hard, okay, just play back in there. You see me somewhere in there doing my thing when I wrote the lyrics for my man Stone. You got it, like it was that good. You know, that's how my pen game is like. But I woke up and I realized it was all a dream, bringing me exactly to 19 minutes past 9 here inside Abilene Bay, still trending in GH. And that story on the Galamsey there, you just saw the trending live. We'll pick it and we'll also do our version of the Galamsey. We want to go inside there when see what's happening in there as well. Only will lead that. when you get there, you see go there and say, Charlie, bro, as I go, I see the go, Charlie. Never. We shall not fall to that. We shall not fall to that. Yes.
My challenges.
Yes.
It's
Don't
not
change
like,
topic, but let's
no,
go.
it's not like people cannot receive or are not given license or
Mm-hmm.
licenses to run a small scale mining firm.
Yeah.
There is
That comes with
provision for that.
regulations and all of that.
Exactly. So, like,
Why do you want to be illegal?
you want to be illegal at the expense of the health
of
of
the
now?
whole
It's not
country.
just the region or the sector, or shall I say the district you are in. Clearly, the impact and the effect is spreading.
Nationwide.
The cancer
You
is
know,
spreading.
like
Like I said, we
Babies in Galamsey
like I
areas
said-
are being born with one eye, without genitalia, without noses, and without
don't
lips.
come back then,
Yeah, because that one
Okay.
there.
You see, there's a song that says,
guys, okay, you finish yours. Since Olile has spoken
Mimpe
and-
sika,
Yes.
mimpa hudi biara, nyansa ne yami,
Uh-huh.
nyansa ne yami, nyansa, ehunya.
Oh no, maybe it's coming penyansa.
NDHS. Have you heard that babies are being born with one eye?
Sika
Okay.
nyansa there.
They come.
What will I do with so much sense and no money?
Go and give it to the people.
No, please. I prefer to have a lot
Go and give to the
of
people.
money, constant flow of money with no sense.
So what?
And
Nonsense money.
They are also chasing.
Nonsense money.
Nonsense money. I get
I
too much
don't
money.
like how you are describing Ghana.
Anyway, listen. This morning, I don't know if stiff person syndrome in any way has got to do with it's genetic or it is it's maybe got to do with something you eat that might cause it or anything. But we're going to find out all that. This morning, that's our conversation. We're talking about stiff person syndrome. Now, our brother Drogba of YOLO fame. The recent story that popped up on socials with regards to him feeling much better after the prayer, all-night prayer session recently. We thank God for his health. However, I want to understand exactly what goes into this, or understand a bit more about stiff person's syndrome. This morning, Chris is here to do that with us. Before we jump into the conversation, small Galamsey that we discussed, as well. You see how the house heat. But like I said, between money and sense, please give me money. Big Brother season 9, Big Brother Niger season 9 is also on live on DSTV channel 198 and GoTV 149. Stay plugged into all the drama. Dial *759 hash to stay connected as well to watch all the drama inside Big Brother Niger season 9 house with Biggie as well. Live Restaurant gives you something amazing this week as well. Tuozafi Omutuo groundnut soup, fufu and light soup featuring tilapia. I like the featuring chicken, goats and red fish. Just call 020-133-7766 now to experience Live Resto Lounge. Eat hot, eat good. And also, if you're aspiring to get a British degree as a fraction of the cost, I beg your pardon, in a vibrant student experience, which will equip you to get closer to the career of your dreams. And all this plus enjoying up to 50% scholarship for your degree at Lancaster University will make it happen for you. I'll tell you why. Taught by the finest faculty of teachers, lecturers, and in their ultra modern campus. If you want more information about Lancaster, visit their website is lancaster.edu.gh or admissions at lancaster.edu.gh or call 020-960-7008 020-960-7008. Lancaster University, Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa. Okay, now let's get into our conversation this morning. Welcome to the show again. So we're going to go straight to I'm going to go straight to stiff person's syndrome with Doc. Good morning again.
Good morning.
I hope it has nothing to do with Galamsey.
No.
Not from the water we take in any way.
No, please.
Okay, because when I opened my taps yesterday into today, someone would tell me there's a best pipe maybe in the area, but I'm sure it's source of water directly from this side because it's coming as chocolate. Yeah, so at home I don't use I don't use tap water for anything. I just nothing.
Not even flashing.
Yeah, not even flashing. I have authentic and international this thing. Anyway, let's continue.
Nah, me I heard when you what am I?
Yes. So what is this stiff person's syndrome? Let's have a background to this.
So this thing came in the news. It became public knowledge or to the health community when Celine Dion had it. So we started with Celine Dion, and to be honest with you, we are not taught this in medical school.
Wow.
Yes, we were not taught this in medical school. So when you brought it up, I asked a few of my colleagues, they were like, what is it? And we all went to read about it, which was very insightful, because then we realized that. So in our research, we found out it's incredibly rare, very rare,
wow.
And 1 in 1 million people will get it.
Oh.
Also, it's often chronic and often progressive. So it starts from one stage and then it gets worse. The whole hallmark of this is spasms, muscle spasms. The whole hallmark of this is muscle spasms. And when we talk about muscles, we know muscles are everywhere.
So let me digress small bit. Are there any types of muscles?
Yes,
or
it's there are smooth muscles.
Okay, smooth.
Yeah, there are smooth muscles. So the muscles of your lungs, smooth muscles, intestines, smooth muscles, digestive system, like stomach.
So this stiff person syndrome, as you've researched on, are there any particular kinds or types of muscle that it affects, or is just across
muscles in general? But mostly it affects autonomic muscles that do autonomic functions. For example, when you say autonomic, they are autonomous. It means you don't have control over it. For example, when you swallow, you don't have control over how it moves to your stomach.
Allah, there's one muscle that Charlie. They laugh. Oh, Lenny, why are you watching me? There's one muscle that Charlie. I don't get control over Amu. That's why I use. Oh, Lenny can control her facial muscles.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah.
From me or to me and my friends. Anyway.
So most of these muscles what makes this condition very dangerous is the sense that it controls things that it affects things that we would have liked something else to control, like they're autonomous.
That means that we have muscles that we don't have control over.
Yes. So for example, in digestion, it starts affecting your digestive system. Oof. So it starts affecting your ability to walk. It starts affecting urination, respiration, sweating. So the person will be sweating profusely. The person will be sitting and then urinate on himself. And then it's very, very, very painful.
Wow.
This whole process is very, very painful. So most of them have to stop doing whatever. So it also affects your vocal cords, your singing, your ability to speak. So someone like Celine Dion, whose whole career is based on singing and being able to move around the stage. She was also have a show, and then months prior to that, it occurred. So she had to put everything on hold and seek treatment.
Okay, the brain controls every single movement in the body, I'm told.
Yes.
So is it that the brain doesn't allow you, the body, to decide what you want to do, and then it takes its own decisions? Is that what we are saying? Something like that, in layman's understanding?
In layman's understanding, what the person should understand is that before we go to the brain, you have your immune system, right? Their job is to also protect you from infections and work for you, not against you. In the process of which your immune system starts to work against you, it can cause some of these problems. So the system that was put in place in your body to protect you is right now fighting against your body, which then causes these muscles to have spasms.
Okay.
Right. So I actually came along with a video, a short demonstration video to show.
That we can play.
Yeah, we can play for us. But whilst he prepares that, if we want to talk about this, we should also understand, because it's neurological, we don't have a specific test for this. We can't say I'm doing a blood test or a urine test, or I'm doing a urine test to identify whether a woman is pregnant. I'm doing a malaria test to see whether you have malaria. I'm doing HIV test. Those are gold standards. If I do this, I'll get this result. If I don't get results, you are fine. Right? We don't have one for this. So it's basically a test of exclusion. We're going
break
to
it down a lot of things.
So we are going to because we don't know what's causing it. We are going to go about excluding a lot of conditions, elimination tactics. So we will rather be taking things out, and then maybe the one that is left, we say, okay, probably this should be the one causing it. Right? So it's a very difficult conversation to have with the patient, in the sense that you want to give the patient hope, in the sense that we are doing this together, but also you don't want to also make the person lose hope, in the sense that we don't know what's wrong with you, and we are still trying to figure it out. So it's a very difficult balancing act to do. Because the more you keep eliminating things, you're going to eliminate things like, because some of the conditions or symptoms of SPS, they mimic other things. Because the shaking can mimic Alzheimer's. Right?
Yeah.
You having, and because I mentioned first that it's progressive. So you're going to start with maybe once in a while having this back pain, where your muscle seizes, your back muscle seizes, and then you can't walk.
Complaining about back
and then it goes away. You're going to think, oh, it's fine. So we're going to give you topical anesthesia for the pain, and then you move on. We're going to give you some balm, and you rub over the place, and you are fine, and you move on. The following day is something else, maybe your arm. Maybe you are singing, all of a sudden you start twitching. It's progressive. And because it's not in mainstream media to talk about, you won't take it serious. Or even the doctor you present to might not even notice it.
I see Cyril doing some things. Sometimes, I beg, Olele, we know the CM for here. Lenny, how many things you're doing something sometimes? When you're asking for something, then he says, haven't you seen it? I
was waiting for Jay to mimic what Cyril does. You can't do it on camera.
I don't know how to do it, but he does something. Okay. So it's progressive, right?
Yes, progressive.
Doc, all right. The video is also ready, but if you want us to put it there now,
put it out.
Let's get that video on the screen now. Maybe we can speak to it a bit more. But I'll tell you a bit more about Cyril's condition, as we identified it to be progressive. Where we are going to, we don't know, but we hope we don't get there. All right.
One day and being unable to move your body as you once did. Your muscles become stiff and painful, making even the simplest activities seem impossible. This is the reality for people who suffer from stiff person syndrome. Stiff person syndrome is a rare neurological disorder that affects approximately 1 in every million individuals. It is characterized by episodes of progressive muscle stiffness and spasms that can occur unexpectedly and at any time of day. The condition can impact a wide range of body functions, including mobility, breathing, and mental health. Despite its rarity, understanding stiff person syndrome is critical for healthcare professionals, affected individuals, and their families. This video aims to prevent one day and being unable to move your body as you once did. Your muscle is stiffness and spasms. This disorder primarily affects the muscles in the trunk region of the body, including the back and abdomen. It can also affect the limbs, causing muscle rigidity and difficulty moving. The actual cause of SPS is unknown, but recent research shows that it may be an autoimmune condition in which the body's immune system assaults the nerve cells responsible for muscular control. SPS can also be associated with other autoimmune disorders, such as diabetes, thyroid disease, and vitiligo, which is a disease that causes loss of skin color in patches. The symptoms of SPS may worsen during periods of stress or excitement, and can also be triggered by sudden movements or loud noises. While there is no known cure for SPS, treatments such as medications, physical therapy, and lifestyle modifications can help manage symptoms and improve quality of life. Timeframe for SPS. Stiff person syndrome is typically diagnosed between the ages of 30 and 60, and affects women more than men. Additional symptoms of SPS include muscle stiffness, muscle spasms, and difficulty with movement. In some cases, SPS can also affect the respiratory system, making it difficult for individuals to breathe. As SPS can be a challenging condition to diagnose due to its rarity and similarity to other conditions, a comprehensive evaluation by neurological specialists is necessary. Causes of SPS. In stiff person syndrome, the immune system produces antibodies that attack the nerve cells responsible for controlling muscle movement, leading to the characteristic continuous muscle stiffness, spasms, and rigidity. The disorder can also lead to other symptoms such as difficulty in breathing and impaired mobility. While the exact cause of stiff person syndrome remains unknown, research suggests a combination of genetic and environmental factors may be involved in triggering the immune system to attack the nervous system. Treatment for SPS. Treatment for SPS includes medications to reduce muscle stiffness and spasms, such as benzodiazepines and muscle relaxants, as well as physical therapy.
Wow, that's quite interesting, Doc. I mean, between this and HIV, I don't know which is even scary, or hepatitis or something.
If you ask somebody this question, you just put that, would you take HIV, SPSS, or diabetes? The person take HIV. Reason being, HIV has medication. The person can control the viral load and reduce and prevent it from progressing to AIDS. With this one,
is it definite? Is the question definite? I would take this over HIV because the probability of this affecting you is almost improbable.
No, what if you have it diagnosed with
that's
it?
what I'm saying. That is it definite? Are you?
It's definite. Yes, definite.
You have two caps. That
Yeah.
one is
Two options.
One is
two options.
stiff and
Definite.
one is AIDS.
Right, yeah.
But in general life,
I get
this
it.
would hardly
The
happen.
probability of this. Okay,
So 1 in a million is what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
So it mostly affects people. Not the age has been changed to 20 to 60. And so either you have a genetic predisposition to it, someone in your family had it, chance of you getting it is high.
But if it's a genetic predisposition, right? You said it's 1 in
A million. Yes.
What's the possibility that someone in your family had it?
You could be that 1 million.
You could be that.
Yes.
Yeah, you could be
because somebody else could have introduced into your bloodline.
Also, they are latent.
Yeah, like you can be a carrier. You can be a carrier of it.
Okay.
Like the trait, you can have it as a carrier. It won't affect you, no symptoms, but you can pass it on to your next generation.
Else.
Plus, you see, you can pass to your next generation of kids and nothing will happen, but your kids will marry somebody else,
The year
and that will activate it.
24.
Yes, so whoever you are marrying, traditionally people used to go and research all these things and file them before they got married.
You can't.
By
do that.
genetic
How are you
DNA,
going to check
yeah.
100, 200 years ago who in your family carries
They don't even
it,
want to
so
ask about sickle.
Sickle
yeah,
cell and
they
this
don't
one,
even do
yeah.
that. The basic thing.
The AAA,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Doc,
They
is
don't
there a
even do
simple
that.
technology that allows you to test what Lenny is talking about?
No. DNA, like reproducible
checking
to
the
say,
blood
yes, you
line,
can.
check-
Generational.
You can. There's DNA mapping. You can do that and find out what
But
chromosomes and other DNA
How
is
effective is that?
It's expensive.
The problem with this is that all its symptoms look like key symptoms of other
diseases, yeah.
So the test will reveal that maybe something is not working. As to why, there could be 50 diseases why
That mimic the same.
that is not working.
Yeah.
That's why when people say, I have a headache,
It's not always just a headache.
really,
yeah.
something is going on with you that's causing your head to ache, but the headache is not the illness.
And there's also like typically someone has symptoms of malaria today and goes to the hospital and they tell you it's malaria. Tomorrow, if you have the same symptoms, it's probably not malaria. It could be something
there's
else.
that statement to chest pain. Have you heard of people complain of chest pain all the time, right?
Yes.
Chest pain can be so many things. It can be respiratory, cardiovascular. It could actually even be just normal indigestion, gastroesophageal reflux disease. Like so, when you talk about pain in medicine, it's so broad that you have to be careful. And the answer you get from solving that problem is from the history, the patient's history. Questions you ask the patient: when you eat, do you feel this way? When you eat, does it get worse? When you lie down, does it get worse? When has it occurred before? When it happened, how do you feel? What does it feel like? The pain, what is it like? So there's a terminology we use. We call it Socrates. You can spell Socrates, right? So Socrates, the first S is to explain sight. Where is the pain?
Okay.
The O, onset. How did it start? How did it begin? Did you eat something? You get it? Then you go to your C. Then you go to your R, radiation. You're going to A. Then you talk about things like what makes it worse, alleviating factors.
What's a C for?
Wow. That's
I know. I just don't want to say.
Sight, onset. Wow, this has escaped me just like
Okay,
that.
respiration. Let's move on.
Brain fat. Oh?
Brain fart. Not a lazy word. What's the
C.
A?
Say
A is
C.
for respiration.
Character.
So
Character,
character,
yes.
okay.
Yes.
Then
character. The A is alleviating factors.
okay.
So that is like what makes, for example, if I eat this, it gets better. If I don't eat, it gets better. We can talk about ulcers, where if you eat, it gets worse. If you eat, it gets better. They are going to your T, timing. When does it occur? Then you call your S, right?
Yes.
Associated symptoms, right? What does it come with?
And then the E. It's E before S, right?
E is for hey.
Zero, please.
My check just went down.
Yeah.
I just got shot.
If so, it is the doctor go dry.
Doctor, take your diagnosis.
Supports me, Dad.
And then you shout, "Hey, dear Charlie, matter come."
So, Doc, what I want to find out from you is, like you said, these things you do not have like perhaps the technology to identify because it's neurological, right?
Yes.
So if you are a fitness enthusiast, right, and you are working out and you're doing this, you're doing that, does it help prevent, or you have a fitness lifestyle, does it help prevent these things from happening?
With fitness, you just, for example, if it's genetic, there's nothing your fitness can do.
Yeah.
You can delay the inevitable.
There's a lot of bodybuilders, athletes who have got neurological disorders even at the prime of their fitness.
The question I'm saying, I'm looking at the preventive measures, right? Is it the food we eat? Is the kind of foods we eat? Is it the lifestyle? Is it connected to the lifestyle as it were with, conversations surrounding kidney failure, cancers and whatnot?
No, it's not. This one first. So the risk factors for getting this. Number one, if it's not genetic, then you can talk about your age, 20 to 60 years old.
Okay.
Window. Then you talk about your sex. Predominantly in women.
Yes.
So already you sort of push the men out a bit.
This guy was very unlucky.
Then you're talking about ethnicity. Predominantly in Caucasians.
You say it's 1 out of a million, huh?
1 out of a million.
Wow.
Look at the numbers. I'm telling you about this, that Caucasian. So right that if you look at what he's having right now, he's not white.
Yeah.
He's not male. He's not female. So where is it? Is it age? Okay, that he ticks that box. Genetics, maybe. Then you talk about autoimmune disorders like type 1 diabetes, thyroiditis, vitiligo, rheumatoid arthritis. Is it susceptible to any of these? Does he have any of these that would lead to that? Because these 4 conditions I just mentioned may have symptoms like SPF.
Right.
Okay.
So in order to rule and find out what SPS is, I have to rule out all this.
Okay. Please, I beg you, what happens to a person who suffers SPS?
The first one is pain.
Okay.
Chronic pain.
The second one, because of what we saw with Celine Dion as well.
Yes, the second one is your inability to move and do certain functions that you daily functions. Even swallowing can become difficult. Speaking can become difficult. Digesting food can become difficult.
Ooh. So it means that eating is a problem.
It's a problem.
So that means they have to
depend on liquids.
More fluid-based foods or foods that digest easier. Right? So you realize that she started losing weight. She became very thin. If you look at some of the images, her bone structure, everything was
showing. Yeah.
Does it get better?
Okay, so
along the line, because you said it's progressive, right? Maybe after some months you feel fit. If that is the case, for how long do you feel fit or feel like you are yourself again before it now goes back to all of the unfortunates? And then as well, managing it, for how long can someone manage it until whenever?
Yeah, so the best outcome for this as a clinician is that you want to reduce the symptoms from a 10 to about a 7, 5. You've done it's an amazing job. It's a good outcome because it's not going to get any better. The symptoms can be managed with medications, with physiotherapy for the muscles. You can reduce the symptoms, but to tell you that you can cure it, no, you can't. For it to get better, difficult, challenging, but you can get back some of the functions that you were doing before.
Okay, is that in between time, like after some time you
it's
feel like
and it's constant work with your team, because it requires a lot of departments in healthcare coming together to help you out.
So physiotherapy will be
physio will be there, neurology will be there,
wow,
gastrointestinal will be there, managing, looking at how best your foods, nutrition will come in.
That's more expensive.
So very expensive. So you are talking about a whole encompassing treatment where even your family is part, because we also have to, sometimes when we are treating, we always want to treat a patient alone, but we treat with the family too in mind, because whatever you are going through, you should be able to explain to your family that this is what's coming. This is what you should be expecting at home when the person returns home. Certain functions that the person was doing, you have to take on that burden.
Yeah.
So somebody else is going to get affected apart from you, the patient.
Yeah,
Somebody else in the family has to stop doing whatever they were doing to come and help.
Yeah.
So when we talk about health, the reason what makes it expensive is because some people have to put their lives on hold for yours. That's why we always advocating that when you see a sign or symptom early, report it early.
So, Doc, are you saying that the surgeries involved in, making the life better for the patient, right, may not be enough? Post-surgery, you need to be involved in all of these things.
Physio.
Just to live normal.
Yes.
Or at least close to normal.
Yes.
Your life will never be the same.
It is never you. We try to get you there with your help, with your the whole system is in place. How many people we can't? Doctors will tell you how many people do you do surgery for, or you tell a person come for review in about 30 days or 15 days to actually come back.
They don't.
Most don't come back. If you are treating somebody for ulcer and you give a person medication, for example, you tell a person within a 40, it gets relief, he stops taking the medication.
How different is this from stroke?
Stroke is as a result of cardio. This is not neurological.
Okay.
Stroke's source is from neurological blood vessels, clots forming, it breaks away, it goes into your brain, causes the neurological process. You see where it starts from?
Okay.
This straight.
Oh, straight. Okay. I see what you mean. Because I was asking it because of the
exercise, but same thing. Yeah, because I'm saying that. So
the twitching.
So you get stroke as a paralysis, one part of your body, right? Whereas your digestion, everything is fine. That was the first sign for the person to say, okay, no, this is actually stroke, it's not SPS.
Okay.
Right? Okay. You say, okay, if I do a test, okay, this is going to happen. Because even SPS sometimes can cause autonomic function, like even your blood pressure to go up or lower. I
was going to ask if
it can cause that to go up. Yes.
Time.
So why is that I started saying that? It's a condition of elimination. So a lot of things you have to, that's why somebody in cardio has to come in.
You take out all of
I come and help you take out some of it.
All of the options.
The options for cardio is okay, no, this is not my case. You get it? This person will come, look at it and say, okay, surgery coming. No, not my case. It goes. And this thing happens daily in hospitals, in emergency. Every morning, departments go to the emergency department to go and look for their patients. It looks like a market.
Wow.
So we see teams coming and look at it. Okay, this case, this is not surgical. Okay, this is surgical. Okay, you can take it surgical. Okay, this. So you can come in at emergency with pregnancy. Ops and gynae will come in and say, okay, this is obstetrics. The midwives come in. They come and take theirs away. But unless there's a condition that requires other teams to come in and say, okay, when we are done with this physio, you come in. When we are done with this nutrition, you need to come in. When we are done with this gynecology, you need to also come in and take a look and see what you can do. Right?
So okay, just a quick one. So in Celine Dion's case, right, we saw her back on stage performing, and obviously
about
doing
2
it
months ago.
2 months ago, and it didn't look like she had, what happened.
That's why I asked about, do you feel like in the course of time, do you still
do you feel
feel
better?
yourself?
You do. That's why I said you can do some of the functions you were doing before. Okay. The good thing about Celine Dion's case is that it was identified early. Treatment was started early.
Okay.
So there are images of her doing rehearsals, and then she ends up on a bed with 2 teams around her talking to her, and she can see she's in pain. So this dosing, you're looking at the dosage of medication for her pain. She could be on stage and be in pain, and you will not know. Because somebody has actually, yes, somebody is working on it, and now she's standing there. The whole team is ready. They are watching. So she'll come on the stage, she'll sing. And for that video of her moving, she's not moving so much on the stage.
Yeah.
She stayed most to a fixed point behind the microphone. And those who listen to music a lot, they tell that a lot of the pitching that she used to do before, she wasn't going that high anymore. She was maintaining.
Because that could also affect certain parts of her body.
Because the vocal cords are muscles.
What of Justin Bieber? Justin Bieber had
an incident as well, part of his face.
Part of his face.
Good.
I think, I don't know if it was paralyzed or so, but I think.
So it can be also facial palsy. So it's a facial palsy.
Is that a symptom of SPS?
No.
Connected to SPS?
No, it's not.
But that could happen.
That could be cardiovascular. That could high blood pressure, hypertension could lead to that.
Doc, you talk about
medications can also lead to that. What he had could be medication, drug use, so many factors that can affect that. But when we talk about SPS, it's research is still being done, but not many people are getting a condition for funding to be released for some of these researches. That's healthcare for you. If a lot of people are going through it, then investors will come in. A lot of money, yes.
1 million there. That's not
too
enough.
rare.
So is it also common in aside this guy's case, is it something that you might? I know it's rare, but even the slightest bit of frequency on hearing such cases in Ghana.
When his came out, right, there were a lot of diagnosis concerned. If you look at the earlier, a lot of diagnosis concerned. So they'll be managing the symptoms. Whatever he's presenting is what they are managing. So he comes with headache. I'm feeling joint pain. They'll treat the pain. The pain will
sit for long.
Yes, I can't sit for long. They'll start doing physio. It's as and when. That's what happens. You start managing whatever to try and relieve some of the pain. To relieve some of the problems. But to get to a point where you say, I'm giving this drug, it's going to cure it, we haven't gotten there. Unless we get to a point where we do genetic sequencing, where there's a problem in one of your genes or your genomes or your DNA, we take it out, delete it, all those problems, and put in better ones.
When does spirituality and religion come to play when it comes to this? Also, because you said that there's no cure to it. There really is no cure where you can say that
at the moment.
At the moment where you can say the person is fully back to how they were before the onset of these symptoms and these illnesses all bottled up.
All right, so we talk about spirituality, right? When I was explaining, I mentioned that we're treating somebody like this, is every factor, emotional aspect comes in. The spiritual aspect also comes in the sense that you are trying to give hope. It's one of the difficult situations where a healthcare professional can be in, where all you can offer at the moment is hope, because you have no solution. People think, yes, we study for long hours, we write the exam, we do the research and everything, but we also know, as human as we are, that there are limitations to what we know and what we can do. Because without understanding of a condition, there's not much you can do of it.
Have you had an experience where spirituality has set in to cure something that was, happened yesterday and today? The person comes and the bone has just grown back.
No, not that case, but I remember a case where one of my teachers shared that with me yesterday, with the class yesterday, and he was talking about in the sense that there was a period where a patient was brought to him. Sometimes we don't have the machines. We don't have much. So what Ghanaian doctors and healthcare workers, Ghanaians should be proud of them, is what they are doing is borderline miracles, because they are basically using clinical skills. There's no machine, there's no test, nothing. A person is supposed to look at your symptoms, look at what you are saying, listen to what you are saying, listen to your history, everything, and then come up with a thing that I think with this and this together, this could be your condition, and I'm going to treat for that. Do you know how many family members will tell you that you didn't do any test, you didn't do anything, you're saying is this, it can't be this. For example, modern Ghana as we speak, before the advent of we find out that the age bracket for hypertension was lower than what we thought. And so will tell you, before those times was, I think if you are older, we're looking at people who are older, retirees, getting hypertension. Now we have young people as young as 21, 22, 23 get hypertension. Yeah. And imagine you bring a kid there. Yeah. We tell you it's hypertension. As a parent, do you think you're going to believe that?
No.
Check. So let me ask this question. In you dealing with human beings, this question have you? This question is hard. It's a very difficult question. At 10:45 plus, they are very hard questions.
I'll answer some.
Have you realized, and this is just you, or let's say doctors and
yes,
have you realized human being pro max? Do you get the question I'm asking you? Have you realized any new generation of human beings that are resistant to certain things, that there's a reduction in certain things, maybe like SPS, because people are resistant to those things? Or have you, I know it's a really broad question, before you can be able to identify, a lot of research may have gone in, but in your personal, I don't know, I'm just asking. I don't know if you get what I'm talking about.
Like a human being, superman, superhuman, like human beings that are not super, that's what we say.
That's what you
say. They are not predisposed to yes. They don't fall sick easily. Everybody gets a flu, the only person survive, we won't get it. Yeah, there are people like that.
I mean, have we
Hyper-resilient,
started seeing any
that trend?
Because we have seen deteriorating human beings and conditions. Where we mentioned hypertension as now the gap is now wide open. So now it's like, you are born today, tomorrow you can get hypertension.
True.
But in the other reverse, have there been people resisting, to this? Yes, in St. Peter's.
Apart from maybe if you are swimming in the River Pra, there's only one other way for toxins to get into your body. And when you are done.
When who is done?
No, he was making a comment.
I said June, July.
August. So apart from maybe if you are swimming in the River Pra, morning, afternoon, evening, there's only one other very common way for toxins to enter your body, and that is ingestion, what we call eating. The reason why my grandmother is 90 plus and still wakes up before I do and sweeps and does everything is because for majority of that era's life, they ingested food that was organic and as close to nature as possible. But now the average meal you buy anywhere probably has more chemicals
in them
than ingredients. And most of these chemicals cannot be metabolized by the body. So you are just a big container of things. By the time you are 50 years old, microplastics have been found in people's bloodstreams. Magnesium levels skyrocketing, mercury in food, calcium out of
lead.
So 99.9% of why we are getting sicker and sicker and sicker is food. It's very simple. Like that one, there's no rocket science like that.
I mean, what we are breathing and taking in. I mean, the whole
that's even secondary, because your car AC has a filter, your home AC has a filter, so that's even trying. But if after filtering all the air
and you buy what from outside,
you go and buy the thing that you see the oil that our tabletop kelewele, fish, yam, plantain people use.
The recycled.
By the time that oil. By the time that oil reaches somewhere, it's brake fluid.
No, but do they? I don't even think some people throw it out.
That's what I'm saying. That oil, when they buy that 1 gallon, that's what I'm saying. That after a while, that oil that fried your kelewele is now brake fluid. Pour it in an engine to run. You understand?
Biofuel.
You get it?
Biofuel.
Because even the more and more you heat the oil, it changes. From that clear golden thing you had in the container to that black,
and then it becomes black.
Even the color is a side effect of the fact that it has changed. The darker it gets, the moment it starts getting dark,
you are done.
Throw it away. But somebody will have that oil there.
Feel tight.
Yeah.
You understand? You buy yam, it tastes like fish and egg.
Because they fry everything in there.
So say, the superhumans, apart from me, I don't think there's anybody else.
No, but we realize that people who live outside some of this, like the villages, high altitude places, certain areas, mountainous areas, places in the north that like some of these don't reach, like canned foods don't reach them. I had a friend, my friend's grandma grew to be very old. She never ate canned food.
But now, even with the advent of Galamsey, like he's saying,
so water has now joined there. Yeah. Yes, because right now,
canned food, local food, now almost
the same level. Because
you are most likely going to get a better or quality food
than the can than actually,
because that same water is going to be used to irrigate the farms, to
the soil will absorb it, the plants will absorb it.
If only no, I beg you, it's only if the organic food you are buying is from that side. The rivers in the Volta region are still clear. I beg you. But buy your agbeli and your plantain and things from Volta, and you get original.
I understand the PR.
Let's not fallacy of composition. Some of the rivers are bad.
It's most.
No problem. Still fallacy of composition.
Most of the rivers going against Western.
It doesn't matter.
That's a lot. In fact,
it doesn't matter.
Can you take it on?
Can you feed us? Not the conversation.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But let's not create the impression.
No, I understand the PR for the Volta region.
I'm not doing PR. It's a fact. What PR am I doing?
It's still PR. I'm just saying it's still PR.
PR is the side effect of the truth.
Even the water.
People want good food. Where would they find it?
Even the Ghana Water Company director said so, that in the Volta region still has.
Yes, he's selling water, not cocoa yam. I'm talking
But
about
I'm telling you
farming.
that the central region.
No, bro, I
central
don't go.
The
Bro,
central region.
you
is
made a
arguably
statement.
one-
Okay, we are digressing.
One at a time.
The
Wait,
central
let's-
region is
let's
arguably
not
one of
digress.
the fishing areas or fishing regions in the country. If you take away
No problem.
our fishing regions in the
the
Labadi,
coast, Labadi.
Adan.
the Greater Accra, the Adan areas, the central region is arguably one of the biggest fishing lands
Yes.
in the country.
Yes.
So imagine your fish is coming from the central
With a
region.
leg.
Hey, imagine that.
Yes,
With a
but-
leg.
Okay, it's really saying that.
And I'm saying that as much as it is true what you are saying, it cannot be generalized because the Volta region is a third of this country's land mass. And there's a plethora of water bodies in the Volta region, including the largest wine, which are all untainted. And we know that agriculture is a huge thing
Backbone.
in the backbone of the Volta region, where we get a ton of foods that ply across this whole country. So as much as we have all this, the fish with legs,
I thought it was
things-
the north.
No.
So when can say we remember?
Oh, I didn't. Check. I didn't say it's the biggest. I said it's a strong pillar. And I just
Continue.
So your generalization is all that I'm calling out.
No, I am not generalizing. I'm saying
Guys,
that the
how did
fact
we move from
I'm
SPS?
coming.
No, you hold on. I mean,
the-
SPS. We are trying to find syndrome. Syndrome.
Doctor, you go kill your patient.
I mean, what I'm saying is, we shouldn't
Fully healthcare.
We shouldn't set the conversation or put the conversation in such a way that it becomes an excuse for not, fixing
the problem.
Nobody
Yeah.
made an excuse.
No, I'm not saying you did. I'm saying that my point was aligned to the fact that it shouldn't create a platform for excuses. Do you get what I'm saying? The fact that the Volta region is okay does not mean that the rest of the regions who have been affected by these activities of Galamsey should be overlooked.
Yes,
that is
but
what I'm
do you
saying.
remember what you said?
What did I
you
say?
said these days it is even safer to get your food and things
Tinned food.
from cans than from the
Yes.
organic one, because the organic ones have been tainted,
Yes,
etc.
but they
and
have.
I said yes, and I said, but not all organic ones, because
You
the
were
organic
saying
ones
some
coming
because
from
the rivers
one
are
side of
organic.
So what you should have had was some.
Yes.
Yeah,
Said
that's all.
some, then I even said then even majority, because
Yeah.
if we say majority carries the vote,
what you are doing is
and
like the
majority-
people who think that every Asian knows martial arts. Bro, you are generalizing.
No.
Okay, hold on.
I am
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
I am generalizing.
Okay,
with a
guys,
precedent.
okay,
No,
guys.
wait. Let's finish.
I'm generalizing.
Sorry.
with-
It's okay. You are
with a
right. It's
precedent.
okay.
If
It's okay, you are right.
majority,
No,
if
please.
No,
there's
he's
a
right. Let's
majority
move on.
argument, what do you go for? You go for the majority argument because that's the
Yeah.
representation of the true problem.
Yeah.
The fact that there is an exception does not take away the main problem. Then we shouldn't worry about Kolebu because there are private hospitals that
As
are
well.
actually doing well. We
Because
shouldn't
all
worry
of these
about.
other rivers cut across.
Yes,
a
look
lot
at how
of
far the thing
other
is going. It's
regions.
cutting across. So I'm
not,
just saying
it's
that.
not an exception.
Charlie, guys, whilst you are at this, giving back to humanity is a gift to be treasured. Be part of Plus FM's blood donation drive as we donate
that?
blood to support the National Blood Bank. Now, it's happening on the 21st of September, Saturday, at the West Hills Mall from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Please spread the word. It's very important as we are talking health. Spread the word. Bring your family and friends. Let's make a difference. The Plus FM blood donation drive is organized in partnership with the Weja Gbawe Municipal Hostel and the Sonotech Medical Center. Now, your total health partner, with support from Hollard Insurance, Nero Beverages, New York Sizzler Restaurant, and West Hills Mall as well. There will be free health screening and several fun activities. If you also want to sponsor that event, please call 0263 936515 0263 936515. So mark the date, 21st of September at the West Hills Mall is the Plus FM's blood donation drive. Be a lifesaver. Donate blood. So we will discuss this Galamsey issue because it's a huge issue. It's a big issue. So Doc, we will look into this next week, but we'll still have various conversations about this and look at how we all can be affected by the water we drink if we find certain minerals in them. Because like Olele is saying, it's widespread. Like Cyril is saying, it's
affecting our food.
affecting our foods, you understand, and all that we take as well. So thank you very much. We'll have to bring the curtains to a close this morning on SBS. And today is DKB's birthday. Happy birthday going out to DKB. It's a birthday. May God bless you and keep you safe as well as your head, and may it keep the same size as he carries it. There's nothing he can do about it.
You need to release an episode of that roast.
DKB! That roast, right?
You need to release that episode.
Oh man, he's been a brother for many years, and the head has been the same size for a very long
So it's
time.
for a reason.
Yeah, he's a very
very level-headed guy.
Yeah, very level-headed guy. You know, that's
Let's not
everything.
get
Watch his
ahead of
videos on
ourselves anyway.
socials. Like
Edwards.
sometimes when he's talking, you know, it doesn't fit into the frame. Like
Charlie.
DKB.
Shots on shots.
I'll cut this part and take send now. We'll send you an insult very soon. But the shouts to your brother. Much love, DKB. Happy birthday going out to you. And on that note, our time is up. Our production team wants us to go away real quickly so they can enjoy the watch as well. So much. But before we go, real quickly, every time we eat, food and sugars get trapped between our teeth, leading to tooth decay and sometimes, you know, foul breath in some cases as well. So brush your teeth morning and evening with Pepsodent charcoal or the natural herbal toothpaste, which is made from lemon, mint, zinc. That's natural charcoal. That's for the charcoal. And then the green tea and herbal extract. It gives you the herbal toothpaste formulated to repair and protect your gums. Brush your teeth morning and evening with Pepsodent. Any of these variants. And also don't forget about the big food fair coming, Ghana Niger Food Festival. It's on the 5th of October at Good Park, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Stoneboy will perform there on that day as well with Inchin Band. It's for tickets, early bird tickets going for City Ghana CDs. Dial star 713 star 33 star 12 hash. Do that now. See you there. Proudly powered by Aspira International. All right. Have a great week, and we're back again same time tomorrow here on Culture Daily, as well as BNO 3 Music Awards happening on the 28th. See you.
Culture Daily was brought to you by Telecel.